Tonight, in a White House news conference that began with a somber moment of silence, President Trump pivoting from prayer.
I speak to you this morning in an hour of anguish for our nation.
To politics.
I put safety first. Obama, Biden, and the Democrats put policy first.
Suggesting without evidence that Democratic DEI policies at the FAA and military, which President Trump ended last week with an executive order, may have contributed to the mid-air collision.
We have to have our smartest people. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they speak, who they are. It matters intellect, talent.
At one point, going after Biden Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
Just got a good line of bullshit. He's run it right into the ground with his diversity.
But reporters pressing the president. What evidence did he have that diversity hiring caused the crash?
It just could have been.
And later, as he signed an order to review FAA hiring decisions the last 4 years.
Are you saying race or gender played a role in this tragedy?
It may have. I don't know. Incompetence might have played a role. We'll let you know that.
The president echoed by the vice president and defense secretary.
We want the best people at air traffic control. The era of DEI is gone at the Defense Department.
But the comments sparking fierce backlash. Buttigieg posting, despicable. As families grieve, Trump should be leading, not lying. We put safety first. The top Senate Democrat responding.
For the President of the United States to throw out idle speculation as bodies are still being recovered and families still being notified. It just turns your stomach.
The president also naming a new acting FAA administrator today. That position had been vacant since Inauguration Day. Lester?
All right, Garrett Haig, thank you.
Hey y'all, it's Mishy, and I'm glad you decided to be here with me today because your girl is a whole vibe. I hope you love everything about your experience with me because I'm the bestie you never knew you needed. We have some things to talk about, love, so let's get into it. So let's grab our favorite adult beverage because we are grown and we can do that. Our favorite snacks, and let's have the conversation. I don't care who you are, what your political affiliation is, who you voted for, who you didn't vote for, if you didn't vote at all. I don't care about any of that. What I do know is that you don't have to be of any particular political party for you to have sympathy for somebody who has lost their life in a tragic accident like this. For you to get up on your podium and say things like you said and blaming DEI, which had absolutely zero to do with this situation, and say that people were unqualified, people that were controlling the air traffic and having zero idea who was in charge, zero idea of their qualifications. And he says it in the video that he's doing an investigation. So you had no idea before you made these implications of that person's skill, their tenure, what they have done, their rate of accident happening under their watch or anything. You had no clue. You just got up there, randomly brought in DEI because it's the thing that's happening right now that you got rid of, and it's a hot topic. Randomly brought that up in the midst of this tragedy when it had nothing, absolutely, positively nothing to do with what happened. You barely, I don't even know if you got the sorry out of your mouth fast enough for the families to process it before you started going in about DEI, which had nothing to do with this accident. We don't even know what caused the Black Hawk and the commercial airline to crash. But you got on your podium and started talking about DEI. But this is your king. This is who you wanted in office. This is who you voted for. But you mean to tell me that you have zero sympathy for the people who lost their lives, that political things are more important to you and getting a point across is more important to you than these people's lives? I don't care. We can all agree. I don't care. And I don't even care about agreeing with anybody who I'm not aligned with. But I believe we can all agree that this was a tragedy. And that people died and it's sad. And their families are grieving and their families are suffering. And all you could think about is some political motivation behind this and blame the accident that you had no idea what it's from on that? And there's no way that you can tell me as a human being, a decent human being, that this made any logical sense to you, this made any moral sense to you, in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to hear anything about presidents all do something we don't agree with. I'm aware. I'm aware they all do things we don't agree with. I'm very well aware of this. However, this ain't that. This ain't that. This was just callous, blatant disrespect. Insensitive. How? There's no way to justify this. There's no way. How can you justify this? You guys saw the video. You saw the video. There's no way you could tell me that this was right. You can't tell me that. I'm speechless. Don't know what to say. Do not know what to say. I'm flabbergasted. Just when I thought there could be nothing left for him to flabbergast me about, he has gasted my flabber. And I hadn't been saying much about this person since the election because I'm like, I'm going to live and survive and thrive and do whatever I need to do regardless of who is in office, and it's still going to be that way. But I was like, nope, I'm not engaging. But this is complete disgust. I don't care. If this was the person that I agree with politically saying this, it's disgusting. And it's not something that should be ever done by anyone in office. It's so highly gross. It's gross. And that's the only thing I can say about it. It's completely gross. If this does not turn your stomach as a human, not even an American citizen, I don't care who you are, as a human being, then I don't know what will. I don't know what will. If you are that insensitive that all you care about is your political choices, that you're in agreement with this, then that says a lot about you and your character. And you aren't the type of person that should be in society and that any of us should be associated with anyway, because you have no heart. And all you care about is being right as well. And I don't want to be around people like that, and I'm sure other people don't. And I hope you make yourselves known by speaking up about this and saying that you agree with him, so we could continue to block you guys and unfollow you guys and not be associated with you guys. Because why would we want to? We're decent human beings. Don't know about you, don't know what to say about you, but yeah. I'd rather be around decent, loving, caring human beings than people who think that their political choices trump everything else. Because they don't. There's nothing right about what he said. Not even remotely. Nothing right. Completely 100, 1,000, 1,000,000% wrong with this. Infinity of wrongs with this. And I pray for the families of the victims, and I'm so sorry for their loss. And if nobody told you, and if the quote, unquote, leader of this nation could get up here and say this, I am so sorry, and I apologize, and I never would wish that on any of you, and never would wish that you experienced something like this, and I'm just sorry, and I'm sorry for your loss, and I could never understand your pain, because nothing like this has ever happened to me or in my family. I sympathize with you so much, and I'm so sorry. I know your family member meant a lot to you, and it And I hate that you're grieving, and I hate that you're going through this. And I'm so sorry that your pain was it was added on to by someone being as insensitive as this person was towards you in your worst time. I'm so sorry. May God have mercy on their souls. I send prayers and blessings to the family, and I hope you find some relief from the pain of your time of grief. Sorry for your loss. Well, we talked and time was had by all. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to be here with me today. Make sure you take the time to like, subscribe, and especially share, because you know that's free. Go out into the world, do good things, and be good people. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace.